Good morning, sparkles of light. So now we're going to do your February, I can't even say, February reading. And before I lay out the cards so you can pick, and I'll timestamp that, I wanted to go over a few astrological events. And I want to sip some coffee with you because I haven't had my coffee yet. And also apologize for being late in February, getting the February reading out. So, that being said, let's go over what's already happened this February. So, February 1st, we had a peak Pisces energy. So, Pisces and Venus, Neptune, and the North Node all conjunct. It created sort of the sensitivity, maybe creativity, and possible longing as well. And the message here is trust life's path. I feel like the whole month is going to be very Piscean, not as Aquarian as it sometimes is. Half of it's Aquarius, half of it's Pisces, but this month it feels very Pisces. So February 4th, my daughter's birthday, Jupiter stationed direct in Gemini. So it was a very lucky, dynamic energy, bold self-expression, self-discovery, forward-moving, and good vibes all around. So now let's look at the upcoming days ahead. February 12th is a Leo full moon, and it is squared Uranus, and it's all about authenticity and freedom. February 14th, Valentine's Day, is going to be super lovey-dovey with a moon in Pisces. And the second half of the month is just, again, very Piscean. Mercury, the sun are both in Pisces, so it kind of lends a bit of introspection. And Mars stations direct in Cancer, so there's now a bit more of a take action. But in Cancer being a cardinal sign, they are action oriented, except they kind of move side to side, so they don't move straight ahead with their head like an Aries would. They move a little over here and a little over there like a crab. But that's good. I think sometimes it's like a football player. It's like juking, side to side, so you get the touchdown, but you aren't always able to run straight through. You have to kind of dodge and side to side. So I think that's a good thing. So a couple of all right, so we also have a new moon at the end of the month, the 27th, and it's really good for relationship with spirit, and having faith and timing is kind of the main message there. And then in astronomy, a fun thing is on the February 28th is a planetary alignment. You'll see 6 planets aligned: Mars, Jupiter, Uranus, Venus, Neptune, and Mercury. So I feel like that's kind of a fun event. It's fun to watch if you can. I think there'll be some places in the northern hemisphere. The last planetary alignment we had a planetary alignment in December, January. No, it was January. It's weird that we're having so many, but we had one in January where you were able to see it very clearly in North Carolina. So there could be, this one also could be easily seen in the northern hemisphere or Northern America too. So, all right, so now let's get to our pick a card for the month of February. Okay, and we have 3 piles to choose from. Pile 1 is Heirloom Tomatoes. Enter into the depths of intimacy where the seeds of your desires will be nourished. Pile 2 is the Lovers. Love lulls all sorrow and bewitches flesh, mind, and breath, reminding me that I am unafraid of the unfurling winds of my eternity. And pile 3 is Roses. The soft petal felt upon your flesh is ready to release their thorns. And so, being Valentine's Day in the month of February, I want to get romantic here, of course, because I'm the romantic fairy. I updated my altar and also washed my curtains, which also put things, the timing off a little bit here. But now everything's fresh and ready for you to choose what card you're attracted to the most. The cards are from the decks Season of the Witch, Beltane, and Season of the Witch, Litha. So if you want to see more of this collection, the Seasons of the Witch, then check out my playlists, and also a flip through review of the latest one, this one, Ostara, which we're going to also take a look at in this reading. Alrighty, so let's take a deep breath in through your nose. Close your eyes, release your breath through your mouth. Now open your eyes and let them drift to the pile that's calling you. You can choose by timestamp, you can choose by the number in the card, you can choose by the position, 1, 2, or 3. You can watch all 3 piles and just see what messages resonate with you from each pile, because that works too. Or you can choose your favorite one that you always choose, whatever pile it is, or use any other kind of method. But always just let your heart be your guide and follow your intuition. All right, so let's begin. And you picked pile number 1. So the Heirloom Tomatoes, eh? So the Heirloom Tomatoes is about love, passion, and lust. Heirloom Tomatoes bring the promise of, let's get a nice focus in, of new romance for love seekers and renewed passions in existing relationships. It goes beyond anything physical. Entering into the depths of intimacy is only accomplished by a deeper understanding of each other. Lust is born out of suggestive glances, feathery touches, and whispered kisses, and teasing at something much more sensual. But if this is not something that you're experiencing, consider seeking fresh ways to introduce more play into a relationship, romantic or otherwise. It's just as important to express or experience love for yourself as it is for a lover. So make time for passion for yourself in anything that you love to do, that you feel passionate about. That's passion. So when was the last time you acted on your lust for anything? Not just a person, but like a goal, a purchase, food, or a location. This card is saying, give in to that need to spoil yourself and those around you. And everyone wants to be wanted and feel loved, including the universe. The extra affections go a long way in stocking the seeds of desire. And you'll find that the energy you give it also is energy that you receive. So here is a bloody tomato love spell, if you're so inclined. This spell is fun and a beautifully intimate experience with magic. Let me take a sip of my coffee first. Better. That was slightly a gulp. That was a lusty sip. All right. So you can do this exercise for self-love or love of a partner, friend, or family member, or even a passion or career. It will help rekindle a fire and amplify love that is already present. You'll need 1 whole tomato and a small jar or glass. Cut the tomato into parts and remove but retain the seeds. Place the pieces of tomato over the jar and squeeze the juice into the jar while thinking of your intention. Continue with this with all the pieces, making sure to also put in the skin of the tomato left in your hand. Take 1 tomato seed, set that same intention into it, and place it in a jar. And then with the following seeds, set intention for anything that you feel needs to be released or amplified to help with the primary intention of the spell. So let's say, for example, my main intention is to love myself better. In the seeds, I can set intentions of being more consistent with hydrating, making time for movement, making space for rest, and eating nourishing foods. So leave the jar open and place it on your altar or in a safe place where it won't be disrupted for 3 days. Each day, go to the jar and speak your main intention over it. On the 4th day, you may dispose of the jar and its contents however you like. And there you go. That's a nice little spell. So the next thing I want to do is from the Imbolc, sorry. I'm getting all my seasons mixed up. From Imbolc, which was, by the way, February 2nd was Imbolc. And so let's see what we are going to leave behind. What do we need to let go of? Or what is in the past? I'm just going to do like a little past and future. Oh, vroom, vroom, vroom. So the Heirloom Tomatoes is kind of current energy. It's the now. Let's see what we're letting go of in the past. Okay, look, it's the book cover. It's the box cover. Incense. And here's another thing that you can use. Incense. Allow the smoke to reveal the truth, clearing the haze while lifting the fog. Spirit wants you to do a lot of witchy work this month, I think. So the key words are clearing blocks and truths and aha moments. And so I feel like this is something that you have to do in order to move forward. So it's not so much the past, or maybe you did have an aha moment and that's what launches you into this next phase. So the sacred smoke of incense can be seen as a highway to the divine, and it clears out negativity and keeps our hopes and intentions to the heavens. So that basically, I feel like, okay, so it's interesting. It really talks about frankincense, myrrh, and copal. And I've done this, I've talked about this before in a few live readings. And it was definitely had a very Christmassy energy to it, like the Three Kings. But in January, I use this deck a lot. And Three Kings Day. So if something happens specifically January 6th that you need to clear out, that could be like a memory for you here. Something in January 6th that you need to clear out. But definitely you had sort of an epiphany or aha moment, and Spirit is saying tap into that moving forward into this month. Now let's look a little peek into the future with Ostara. So I just did a flip through review of this deck. Let's see what the future is. What Spirit wants you to focus on beyond February, more like March and April. So things that you can do this month, prepare for March and April. And I was reading a lot about that too. When I was researching all the different astrological events for February, I was reading about how we're gearing up for an interesting March, because then we have retrogrades. So, enjoy this easy breezy month while you can. Not to say that, the retrogrades could be good. By the way, I just want you to see how pretty this looks. It's like rainbow. There you go. Now you get a little bit of the sun on there. Pretty. All the other ones have like different colored edges, and the Ostara is like Easter, and it has kind of a rainbow Easter egg color. Oh, you got the flower wand. The flower wand is saying, What was once will no longer allow for what must come to be. It is time to let it go. Well, interesting. Interesting that I felt this, that I needed to tell you what to let go. And I wasn't, like, I'm really kind of doing this very organically. Like, I didn't have a major plan on how I was going to do the readings, except to talk about the astrology of the month. So it's pretty cool. So this is clearing energy and raising vibrations and bringing happiness. So in the future, I see you doing a lot of spring cleaning, and not just physical cleaning, but like a very beautiful spiritual cleansing as well. It can be a challenge to maintain a consistent state of happiness when you're feeling low, lacking in energy, or experiencing mood shifts that do not seem to have a source. Even if you're surrounded by positive people and energy, you may find you're still struggling to experience joy for extended periods of time. You might believe it's because someone is directing negative energy toward you. And while that could be true at times, you have received this card to put your worries at ease. There is no one who wishes you harm, but you are in need of energetic reset, a chance to clear out the cobwebs and the stagnation with deep energy work. All seasons in your life have a purpose and an immense opportunities for healing and growth. You can carry those lessons with you, but you must give yourself permission to let go of the rest, which could mean old traumas, mistakes, or experiences that were the catalyst for your growth. Perhaps you relive them often, unknowingly diminishing your vitality, and now it's the time to allow yourself to experience a rebirth, letting the old burn away and raising your vibrations. This card could also be assigned to do some physical cleaning as well. And yes, and there's, in this book, there is some cleaning recipes, you know, rituals and such. So that could be kind of fun thing to do. What, instead of a typical spring cleaning, do a, you know, spiritualistic spring cleaning. All right, so now let's get, what am I getting? I'm reaching for the romance angels. Let's see what's happening in your love life. After all, it is the month of love. One of my older decks that I've used. I stopped using it for a little while because I was kind of mad at Doreen, and then now I feel it's okay. And then I made my own, just used mine. But I'll show you mine too. So let's see what this deck has to say about love life. Oh, you got a soulmate coming through. Very nice. You have chemistry with that soulmate. Well, I would hope so. So yes, this is your soulmate. Let's see what my cards say. If they validate, verify, clarify that. This is the romantic fairy. And sometimes get the same exact message, which will be fun. Now I have this in a larger size, but this smaller size is nice and easy, and it has a bunch of extra cards. The 5 languages of love in here too. Okay. Wow, you have a healing connection. Your romance will transform your life. Let's get another one. Oh, a twin flame recognition. You know this soul that mirrors your own. So Doreen doesn't have, I'm sorry, the romance angels doesn't have a twin flame card. Soulmate can be twin flame, or may just be a high level soulmate, but this card suggests that particular soulmate could be a twin flame here. And whether it is or not, or whether you want to put labels on things or not, doesn't matter. There's this recognition. You're looking into each other's eyes and you're like, you're the one. I know you. I walked with you once upon a dream. All right. Well, let me get a little clue about this person, maybe. We're going to use the Oracle of the Roses, which is kind of an archetype deck. So it talks a little bit about, yeah, a type. It could represent you or your person, and it's this beautiful roses and red. So pretty. One Margot. Oh, the creator. The creator. I don't know why I'm seeing like the maker. God bless the maker. I see C-3PO and the little guys in the claw thing. Am I seeing this wrong in Toy Story? I don't know. Anyway, but it's just kind of this awe feeling. So let's look into the creator. So as far as signs go, that's funny. This is Pisces. What a Pisces month it is. It's about using creativity, imagination, art, and patterns and beginnings. So that is definitely, this month is full of that energy. And as far as the type of person that you may be attracting, or that you may be yourself, is a creator, is somebody who knows how to make something from nothing. You know, like an artist, a painter. They may have a thought, a vision in their minds. It's a vision, and then they create it. So something that may have seemed out of your control could be about to be a lot easier for you to deal with, and you might find a resolution this month. And better times ahead are indicated, and the chance to do something meaningful. And this is very true for work and close relationships. And they may step up their intensity and meaning in your life. And stability is also promised at the moment. So, but don't be like too obsessed and get too addictive to anything. Everything looks really good. So just kind of stay in a kind of cool, flowing pattern. The creator can make order from chaos, and they know how to express themselves in ways that are easy to stir in the hearts of others. So this is about you, living your most authentic life and really going from the things that you really truly love to do back to that passion energy again. And Poe just barged in, and I think he wants to go out, so I'm going to take him out. Let's see what the tarot has to say for this month for you. Star Spinner Tarot. Tar Spinner Tarot. The Tar Spinner. The Tar Sinner. Oh, it's not mad. It's mad at me for. It's not shuffling too good. Let me try to do just one half. It's weird. It's being weird. Anyway. Let's just pick 3 cards. Ooh, I love it when the fairies come out, but it's a sad fairy. Oh, it's the 10 of Wands. Oh, she's not that sad. She's just been working really hard. Okay. And what else? Whoa, the Queen of Wands, another lovely fairy. And wow, nice. Oh, this is good. and the Ace of Coins. So I feel like the message for you is mostly going to be a work-related message from the tarot. And I think it's saying this, that it's like, okay, I'm channeling an energy here. I feel like I'm working so hard, but I don't see any results, or the results that I'm looking for. Oh, this could also be like diet and exercise too, maybe. So something like that. But it could also be work, something that you're putting a lot of effort to, but you don't see much change happening quickly. And the Wands energy is saying that you want some results quickly. Also, it feels a little overwhelming. Like, is there anybody that can help me with this? Like you say, you have your own business and you're so good at so much of it, but there's certain parts of the business that, let's say you're the creative one, but the practical business side of it, the bookkeeping and stuff, you're like, oh, I just need somebody to help me with the bookkeeping, or I need somebody to help me with the advertising or something like that. So I feel like that's coming. I feel like a positive change in your finances. So one, more money could be coming, or I think definitely more money is coming, but I think this could mean more than that. It could mean money is coming. It could mean stability is coming. It could mean an offer. It could mean help. It could mean a lot of things, and also that your what was started off slow is growing into something bigger and better. So it is increasing, and that effort is going to pay off. So don't feel exhausted. Don't get too down on it. That effort does pay off, and even if it doesn't pay off in the ways you imagine, imagine the effort that you put into it was out of love, right? And excitement for something. There's never a waste. That kind of energy is not wasted. That's part of your aura, and that attracts more good things to you. So when you put love and passion into something, it's never a waste. And then we have the Queen of Wands, which is like, it's like you, like you or a person that you're connected with, but it also feels like a Beauty and the Beast, so like a couple. So somebody being very supportive of you, or you being supportive of them, a really good symbiotic relationship. But also it makes me think of like a mini strength card, and strength is all about being able to have courage and to keep going, and this also gives me actor performer vibes too, a little bit. And the Queen of Wands is just she's just very out there, spontaneous, theatrical, just a beautiful, bright energy, and very intelligent and good at finances. So like, don't sell yourself short. I think this means that it's like the lion in the Wizard of Oz. Like, he thought he was a coward, but there he goes running around chasing witches and meeting scary things through the forest, and yet he viewed himself one way that he wasn't. He just wasn't. He was braver than he thought he was. And so sure, sometimes we get a little paranoid, a little nervous, a little anxious, but deep down we're stronger, more and braver than we think we are. And then finally, I often see the Serenity prayer when it comes to the Strength card and this particular Queen of Wands. So it's God grant me the serenity to accept the things that I can't change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And so you may be faced with a lot of those kinds of things, but courage, you're not lacking in courage. It could be just needing a little more serenity and maybe also receiving wisdom to decide for yourself in what areas do you need to put more effort. And I think that's back to the Ten of Wands, because it's like, you don't have to do all of it. You don't have, some of it you can delegate, you can ask for help. But anyway, I think you're going to get the help and then some. I think you're going to really launch this new phase in your life. All right. Well, let's get some charms then. Okay, so look at that. This is the diamond cluster, which is pentacles times 1,000. So whatever you think you're going to make, multiply it times 1,000. And the key, you have the solution, the access to open doors and go places. Oh, it's about a party. So yeah, enjoy yourself. Not all work and no play. And here we have the fortune teller card. If you can see her, you see. So if you're interested in the tarot, if you want to do something like that, you definitely have that vibe, that ability, or just keep watching this channel and but you're getting some good advice from the tarot. Oh no, my little prayer hands fell off. This was the charm that had my prayer hands. Well, so don't lose faith. Oh my goodness. Or you can be changing your faith. You could be, instead of praying, traditionally, you could be doing other things. Just manifesting, meditating, setting intentions. So we have 12. Oh yeah, and 12, the 12th of the month is the full moon. So something exciting could be happening on the full moon for you. And then the 25th. And then we have the marble that represents earth. And so nice, grounded, stable energy, family, familiar, signs from the universe. We have the fleur de lis, something maybe French. We also have, so this little girl could be like taking care of your inner child, exercising, or just taking care of yourself, taking good care of yourself, or if you have a child, taking care of a child. This is Libra, and it feels like a healthy child. In other words, a healthy inner child or a healthy child that you're taking care of. Charming Libra. We have a rock steady, stable situation here. You're a mermaid. Now, I told somebody out there, if you ever see the mermaid, that's a universe giving you a sign. Oh yeah, Mary Joy, if you're watching this, the mermaid came out. You got a wow, you're about to party. And somebody with a beautiful, deep voice is talking to you, and the angels are coming to you in dreams, giving you messages. Oh, you might be having some kind of a shopping spree for early Christmas shopping, like maybe spending some money on deals for Christmas. It doesn't have to be that. Honestly, the Santa giving energy can be something that works all year long. And then you have the X-Wing fighter, which means the good guys are coming through. I just feel like just in the nick of time, or just when you need it most, you get this boost, this financial boost, and things turn out really good in business and in health too. I'm sensing a good health boost, a glow up, a vibe, a positive energy in your physical body as well. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you liked that. Thumbs up if you liked it. Feel free to comment and share. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I'm serious. There's a lot of people watching this that are not subscribers. And all you have to do is push the subscribe button, and it's free, okay? And it would mean a lot to me. You don't even have to push the bell to be notified, but if you do, that would be great. So then you know when my next video comes out. But double check too if you think you're a subscriber and for some reason you got clicked off of the subscription. Double check and make sure you're still subscribed, because I think sometimes that happens. And then if you're a subscriber, you might like to also consider becoming a member. Now, membership does have some fee with it, but it starts really low at $1.99. $2, and you get badges and emojis, and you get special previews of things and fun times during our lives. So it could be kind of fun to have that extra membership, and then you can go higher and get free readings. So check out, all you have to do is push join, and then the join button will take you to the tiers, so you can choose which one you want. So you're not forced into buying anything immediately. You can just check it out if you want to. And also check out my links below. Some of the cards that I make, like if you like the romantic fairy, you can click on my link to go get that deck if you're interested. All right, well, I'm moving on to the next, and you definitely can come with me. And you chose pile number 2, the Lovers. So another thing that I did do, I really cleaned, washed my curtains, reset my altar, so everything's so nice and fresh now. And so the Lovers is number 42, which is the answer. So it's also about vulnerability. Love lulls all sorrow and bewitches flesh, mind, and breath, reminding me that I am unafraid of the unfurling winds of my eternity. Okay. Perhaps the only thing more difficult than being your true self is allowing others to see you for who you really are. The fear of rejection can make you feel like you have to remain guarded or alter your truth to be more desirable. The need to shelter your heart is even greater once you've experienced heartache and betrayal, as your heart begins to fear the idea of love blooming again after it has shattered. It's natural to retreat for a time to mend the broken pieces, but the presence of the Lovers is a welcome sign that your heart is ready to experience love through the higher consciousness. Your previous relationships have taught you that what isn't in alignment with your heart, taught you those things. Each prior experience offers you more insight into the type of relationship you are now ready to call into existence. Your pathway to true love lies in your willingness to be open and vulnerable. So don't be afraid to show the world who you truly are. Be willing to say no to those who can't accept you for all your flaws and curves and cracks and baggage. These aren't the right people for you. But be vulnerable with others, because it's like sending out an invitation to join your life party. Those who show up and support you are the ones who will help you grow and enrich your life with happiness. And this message is also applied to money and career and friendship and your beliefs. So we have a little ritual that goes with this. This is an invitation to love ritual. So write out the words "an invitation to love" at the top of a small piece of white paper and set them aside. Then think of the type of people you would like to invite into your life. This can be a friend, lover, business partner, or even future children you would like to have. For each person, write in red ink a personalized invitation into your life on one of the pieces of paper, and then tell each person the reason you're calling them and what your plans are for them once they come into your orbit. Dab a little of your favorite fragrance on the pieces of paper and fold them in half and half again, and then place each of your invitations inside a small memento box and place it somewhere sacred, such as a love altar. That's a nice love recipe, remedy, ritual. It's not like a controlling energy. It's just a wish, a wish energy that doesn't harm anyone, right? It's not about binding anyone. It's about sending out a message, and they can respond. In other words, they still have their free will. It's important to do rituals like that, and be very careful with love spells, because there's a lot of love spells out there that don't have the right intention, right? It's not about bondage or snatching someone. It's about showing someone that you are available, ready, your heart's open to whatever they might have to offer you. So they get to choose whether they want to offer or not. You have to keep that in mind. All right, and so we're going to do a little before and after. So this month of February, I've already gone into it a few days. So I want to see what energy we are leaving behind with the Imbolc Oracle. The Imbolc Oracle is February 2nd, so that has already passed. So let's see, what did we learn from Imbolc, the Imbolc energy? And what do we keep or what do we leave behind? Oh my goodness. Pile 1 had the same thing. Okay, so it's about incense. Let the smoke reveal the truth. So I guess some truth was revealed and you had an aha moment. And for a more intensive message, watch pile 1. Like, you're connected to pile 1 now automatically, instantaneously, because of the incense. Use incense for lots of things. For purification, I like to use it to cleanse my cards. And in fact, I have this new deck, this new Seasons of the Witch deck, the Ostara deck, which I'm going to look into the future for you. And last night when I did my live, I purified it with incense in front of everyone. So it has this lovely rainbow edged color. Let's see. So let's look into the future now in March and April, what we can do now in order to prepare for the future, or how the present connects to the future. Oh, nice. Oh, I eyeball this one all the time. I'm like, I want to read this one. So, nothing is ever late and everything is as it should be. Trust is the solve. And I get that from people like, I mentioned that in pile 1 too. 1 also. That a lot of times we kind of get this feeling like I wasted time or I spent too much time on something. And oh yeah, because in pile 1, there was this work energy, like putting a lot of effort into something and not seeing immediate results. So if you're carrying over from pile 1, this is also saying that that work was not wasted, that it's valuable. Anything that you do with passion and love is valuable, even if it really doesn't pan out the way you want it to, or in any real tangible way. The energy you put out there was wonderful and it was good for you. So the key words here are gentleness, patience, vulnerability, and trust. And lambs or young sheep are associated with the more Christian version of Ostara, Easter, but still beautifully represent the early days of spring, and they represent innocence, purity, and vulnerability, just like the first sprouts of a seed. Lambs are trusting and submissive by nature and will approach your hand with joy and gentleness, waiting patiently for you to share your love with them. And so this card is easing into your reading, and it's encouraging you to approach your desires with the same gentle energy. I kind of got that a little bit from the Lovers as well. It's like, it's not a rush into something, it's just sort of an ease. It's just like, you know, in a lot of animals you have to do that with, you know, even domestic dogs and cats, you know, you just put out let them sniff you, let them get used to your scent, let them know that they can trust you. I mean, I'm not saying that you do that with a human, but in a way we do those things. We gently introduce ourselves. We have a calming presence. We don't get loud and brash and, you know, too excitable immediately. But, you know, with time, you're allowed to show your personality and who you truly are. But this is kind of like easing into things. So when planting a seed, you must learn to trust that it will sprout when the time is right. Be patient, my darling. Your desire is still yours for the taking, but it's taking its sweet time and you're making sure conditions are right. You're being asked to trust in the path you have found yourself upon. Divine timing is at work here. However you may find your journey will move along just a bit faster by openly communicating your desires and needs. So open yourself to help from those around you, allowing yourself to be vulnerable and free in your expression. this came out too, like this, like asking others for help. It came out in the tarot cards of the pile 1. So recognize the power of allowing yourself to be seen. By sharing your feelings, you create opportunities for others to support your needs. What I love about this is that collectively there's so much going on similar for all of us. You know, there's a certain pace that's happening. It may be a slow and steady. It may be more like a going with the flow. There will be times where things speed up and times where things seem a little bit stagnant, times where you get a burst of help from people, and other times where you have to do more things on your own. But it feels like generally people are on the right path. It's just having faith and trust that it will work out in your favor, because it will. Like all of this is saying, it will work out in your favor. All right. Well, let's see now. Let's see what your love life is about this month, because it is, after all, the love month of February, of Valentine's Day, and I am, after all, the romantic fairy. So a lot of this, waiting stuff could be about somebody coming towards you, love in your life. And it just seems like they're very, very interested, but there has to be a certain calm process. It can't be rushed. Like I noticed, I think I have Aries in the 12th house, but sometimes it seems to be in the 1st house, which makes me rush into things too fast sometimes. And then, but if I imagine it in the 12th house, it feels slower, more go with the flow. So it's kind of right on the cusp, and I think it's supposed to be in the 12th house. I am have a Libra stellium there anyway. So try to see it that way. And you know what? To every season there is a time to do something per situation, per season, per circumstance. So there are going to be times where you have to put a little more effort into things, and then there'll be times where you have to go with the flow a little bit more, kind of ride the tide. In other words, if you imagine it like sailing, there are times where you have to really steer. I am not a sailor. I have no idea, but I see it in my head for some reason. Okay, so you steer with the wind. Your sail like catches the wind and helps direct you and stuff. And then there's other times where you had plenty of speed. You've got to a certain location in record time, and the rest of the way is just going to be treading. Like you can lower your sail. You can just let the boat float or whatever. Every once in a while, keep the steering going or whatever. But, the tools at hand. So you can't be like bulldozing the whole time. There's times you're going to have to just float along. Anyway, love life, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Oh, okay. But there are going to be those moments where you have to make the effort. So great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. But remember, the steps you're guided to take, like let your intuition tell you when it's right to make the next move. I got rendezvous at the bottom. So this is the romance angels, and this is the romantic fairy. So let's see what the romantic fairy has to say. I got so excited. Rekindle an old flame returns. Now, you can take this any way you want to take it. It can be a past life energy. It could be somebody that you knew in this life. Maybe you never even had a relationship with them. Or maybe it's somebody you had a passionate relationship with and they come back into your life. Only take this if you want this. In other words, if you're wanting this person to come back, then that's great. Because there's a lot of people out there that have had toxic relationships and they should not go back to those people. This is only for those relationships that maybe fizzled out for other reasons that are kind of hard to pinpoint, why did we lose touch, or I got really busy with work, or I had family issues or whatever, but it's so good to reconnect again. Something like that. Something where y'all are good people, but for some reason the world didn't keep you together at that time. But now you have another chance. So look at it that way. But if that doesn't apply to you, then it could be like a past life soulmate coming through to you now. Somebody that's going to feel very familiar. I feel like I've been exercising. All right, there's a lot of cards came out, and I feel like I want to shuffle again. But the signs and the clues are the signs and the clues I think are important. The universe is talking to you. The universe is talking to you, and I feel like you're going to know when to make the effort, when not to make the effort, who is the one and who's not the one. Just like the Lovers said, you're going to know, and Spirit will guide you in the right direction. There'll be some people who are too busy with their work, or maybe they were too busy with their work and now they're not. Okay, well, I don't know why I'm so tired after that. All right, so let's see, like, maybe we can figure out who this person is. But the Oracle of Roses also will tell us lots of things. It can tell you about work and other things too as well. But it's an archetype deck, so sometimes we get an idea of the personality of the person that you might be connecting with. The character. I love this deck. It's so pretty. It's like my favorite color. It's one of my favorite colors as a kid. Like, I'm going to tell you a funny story. My dad used to buy alcohol and I think it was whiskey, but there was some kind of bottle that came with like a little red heart, and it was kind of like crystal, almost crystal, but it was actually plastic, but it looked like a crystal. And I don't know, I would just like take the little crystal and put it to my lips. I like, look at my red lips. I don't know why I did that, but I'm a silly girl. And then this makes me, it's not like dusty, but we had encyclopedias that were gold, and I used to like run my fingers across the gold, and then it made my fingers dusty. I don't know why, but I'm feeling, like childhood memory energies right now. Okay, let's see. Well, that was fast. Oh, okay. There is a warrior coming through, so that's very nice. I like the warrior energy. I mean, I don't like like an ultra aggressive, but I like a champion, a person who has beliefs in something and wants to fight for things that are important to them, So let's see about this warrior energy. The sun is so bright, but I don't want to change the blinds right now. The blinds are closed, by the way. It's just very bright. So this is the Marshall Neil Rose. This could represent a challenge in which you need to step up and stand up and speak up. But the energy to fight will only come from something that is worth the battle. And of course, it's the zodiac sign of Aries. And it's about protection, adaptability, skill, loyalty, and discipline. And so you may be connecting with somebody too who is an activist, and they stir within you the same energy to fight for something, or maybe they're going to fight for you, as something that they believe in. And it's interesting because this is talking about a slowing of outcomes or a delay in a hoped for occurrence or resolution. But all the same, nothing is lost, because it will turn out in the end in your favor anyway. It's just It's just timing of things. I'm just seeing this like ebb and flow of energy a lot, you know, like a go for it and a relax, and then a go for it and a relax. So, but be careful to pick your battles. I often have to do that. I have a North Node in Aries, but I have a stellium in the 12th house in Libra, which all means that it's natural for me to be passive and to be laid back and not fight for things. But every once in a while, I get this urge to, you know, complain or argue or fight for something that I believe in, or stand my ground. My kids hate it when I do that. But I feel like I have to sometimes. And it's about picking your battles. It's got to be about something that's worth the energy. You can't be like angry and fighting like all the time for everything, because then everything looks the same. So if you pick your battles, then the things that you're angry about or want to fight about or want to stand up for has an emphasis, right? It stands out. People notice. But anyways, the warrior develops skill, is loyal and true to the cause that they're aligned with, and makes planned actions toward their goals they're looking to reach. And one of the things that I've been noticing in astrology, anyway, I love to watch. They're called the astrological owl. I miss some of the words there, but anyway, it's a channel where a few ladies are talking about astrology, and a little bit mixed with politics, and well, a lot mixed with politics. But one of the things that like, obviously there's a lot of strange things happening now, so if it's bothering you, there's lots of ways that you can fight for certain causes, and they have all these different recommended ways to fight for what you believe in. And if that's a calling to you, then you should look those things up, you know. So maybe that will help you. And that warrior energy could also be helpful in other areas in your life. If you work on one cause and fight for something, it's stirring up a certain energy vibration for you. So that's a good thing. Alrighty. So let's see what the tarot has to say for this month. Well, maybe I will turn down just a little bit. Turn it down just a little bit. Okay, I'm going to do my fancy dancy thing that I did. And then choose 3 cards. Since this deck is kind of a weird shuffling deck. Ooh, you got the World. Very nice. The world is your oyster. You can do and go anywhere. This is also culmination, completion, really achieving and succeeding in things. Very nice. And the Queen of Chalices, leading with love, with an open heart. Also, this could represent you or a person of interest too. And you have the 6 of Chalices. Oh no, 4 of Chalices. Okay, sorry. The 4 of Cups is kind of like, those are the times, maybe it's, you know, either or really, but I generally see it as sometimes a bored feeling. So during the ebb moments of the month where you don't have a lot of activity, or you need to kind of hold steady and not do a lot of action, it may feel a little boring. It may feel a little unexciting. You may wonder, where is my true love? But don't worry. It's like saying it's just around the corner again. It's an ebb and flow energy. Also, it's interesting. I'm getting a hit from Rapunzel, or the movie Tangled, actually. I was watching this one girl who broke down all the princess movies, and she like did this real heavy analysis, but she was so interesting. And she was talking about how, you know, the masculine played a role in each one, and how her favorite masculine character arc was Entangled with Flynn. And basically her story is trying to find, you know, the meaning or the origin of the lanterns. Like, where do these lanterns come from? Every time I'm looking out my tower, I'm seeing these lanterns, and what is the meaning of that? What is this about? So her curiosity is what helps her get out of the castle eventually. She could be content to stay there. She's well taken care of, you know, she's fed and her hair grows and such, but you know, she has a longing, right? And a lot of us have that longing. So she wants to see what it is. And then when Flint comes along, he's sort of her catalyst to reach this and find this goal. But within the story, she completes her mission. She finds out what those lanterns are about, in a very pivotal moment where they're floating in the boats singing to each other. All at once, everything is different now that I see you. It's in that moment where she's like, well, now what do I do? After I've seen all the I've seen all the lanterns, and I know where it comes from. Now what do I do? And he's like, you pick a new adventure, you pick a new goal, and you just keep going. So I feel like that's kind of what the Queen of Chalices is. She's like, she's picking a new goal. Like, it could be, you know, the order could truly be like this, you know, where she's like, well, I completed stuff. And after you finish something, like, you know how, like, after you watch a good movie or finish a book, you have that kind of period where you're like, oh, I miss those characters. I miss reading about them. Now what do I do? But then there's a new adventure, you know, and you just keep going on these new adventures and until they come to completion again. So I feel like this month is going to be you're going to be part of the world. A lot of Disney going on here. You're going to get to know, you know, the ups and the downs, the goods and the bads, but there's going to be a wonderful sense of completion and fulfillment. And it's sweeter still because of, I wrote that down somewhere, that Latin phrase, sweeter after victory. I mean, sweeter, I don't know where I put it. I gotta put that somewhere where I can reach it, because I keep talking about that. But it's about it's even sweeter after difficulty. If you are, you know, have a challenging situation and you overcome it, isn't that amazing? You know, like if you're training for a marathon or whatever, and you did a really good job training, but you know, like physically that's hard, and it's, you know, not an easy thing, but yet you complete it. That's sweet, you know. If say you were like, I mean, you're like you know, part of if you were a superhero and you had your Flash Gordon and you completed a marathon, that wouldn't be as sweet, because it's like, okay, you're Flash Gordon. You know what I'm saying? It's sweeter when it is a challenge, when you complete something. So, and then you can just begin a new journey. Well, so that's really beautiful. And so I hope you guys like this. I'm going to get some charms now. Let's see. This reading has been a little bit more organic, and I'm doing it earlier in the day than I usually do. Like 3 o'clock is usually my best reading time, and early in the morning I'm a little bit more I don't know what the word is. Spiritual? Not spiritual. Zany, not grounded as much. Anyway, but it's kind of fun. Let's see. All right, so we got a bunch of words here. We got true, freedom, reach true freedom. That seems like a good thing to reach for this month. Got some hairs going in here. That's one thing I need to clean up in my charms again. stubborn and sticky. We reach true freedom. Whoa. And that's not about like a separation. That's about feeling free, like being able to take on anything. And then you got the mermaid. So again, Mary Joy, if you pick pile number 2, you're here again. So the mermaid is deep and sweet and intelligent energy and like this glowing energy. The peace pipe represents manifesting. It's like the Hopi Indians smoked the peace pipe in order to manifest rain. We have the anchor here that is stable and steady energy. We have the spider. He represents protection. He's making something to help protect you. We have the mummy here. So there's sometimes feelings of being all tied up and not knowing what to do, where to go. But yeah, and when you're feeling like that, maybe just rest. And then that will pass and you'll be able to get some renewed energy. We have Saint Anne. Saint Anne, pray for us. Saint Anne, let's see. I feel like to me, Saint Anne represents Christ consciousness. She is Jesus's grandmother. Or God, no, mother. Or she's Jesus' connection. Christ consciousness. All right, and then 21 and 23 are some numbers where there could be certain times of the month that are special to you, because the second half of the month with Mercury and the Sun in Pisces, there could be a lot of introspection for you. But then when Mars goes into Cancer, then you'll feel like you have to take action. So again, with there's a mix of calm and a mix of action here this month for you. And sometimes you'll, gain something, and other times you'll just have to like make do with what you have. It might be like stretching your dollar or design on a dime. And then other times you'll have this ability to do more with, because you'll have more. And sometimes you'll do more with less because you're more creative, or you decide what areas you're going to save in. So it feels like that, like in your money flow. And your love, it feels kind of similar too. It's like I feel like there is a big long-term goal here where the two people are going to be together. But this month is a little bit of a ebb and flow month for the two of you. So, but if you're already in a relationship, just know that this month is a nice flowing month. It's like, I think you're going to be doing the ebb and flow together, and it's not going to be any kind of shock to either of you. If I don't feel like one person's going to be in the ebb, the chill mode, and the other's going to be in the action mode. I think both of you are going to be in the same like-minded energy. It's very chill in Pisces most of the month, and it'll feel very romantic on Valentine's Day. So I hope you have a nice one. And if you like this reading, give it a thumbs up. Please share it with your friends if you like it. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. You might have accidentally unsubscribed or got knocked off somehow, so double check on that as well. And thank you, subscribers, for always coming back. And anybody out there who's just watching it, I appreciate you watching this video. Thank you. So continue to watch the videos, and then subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. And again, you can join as well. There's lots of other ways to interact with me. You can come out to the lives and check out the community page, which is now called Posts, and see what's going on with me. And then check out my Instagram. You can see what I do behind the scenes with family and stuff like that. And sometimes I'll post there as well. So Yeah, and also my Patron. You can see all my artwork that I've been doing, and I've been working on a tarot deck, and so I'm getting really close to being finished with my major arcana. And when I do, I'll probably send it off and just get the major arcana printed just to work with until I can finish the whole deck. So yeah, I'm excited. All right, so I'm going to see you at the next pile. Definitely come with me to the next pile, or go back to pile 1, or go anywhere, pile 1 or 2 or 3. No, we're on 2. Go to pile 1 or 3. All right, I need more coffee. And you picked pile number 3 with roses. Got all my roses around and my cherry blossoms. Yeah, I took a little time to clean my altar and wash my curtains. So that's another reason why I'm a little delayed on my February reading. But I feel like, you know, it's good. You're going to get the gist of the month anyway. And if you want to know a little bit about the astrology of the month, check out the beginning of the video. And everything will be time-stamped. So roses is all about divine love and lasting relationships and support. And it says, the soft petal felt upon your flesh is ready to release her thorns. Very nice. That's like a nice hug. It looks like they just got married, but she looks like the bride and he does not look like a groom. Like he is like hugging her and saying, I'm here for you. So I don't know what that's about. No, I think it's good energy. Few symbols represent love more than the rose. Its delicate petals and pretty shades meet prickly thorns and sturdy stems, much like love in the real sense. A rose is a beauty intertwining with occasional pain. All in all, it's an enduring dance of sharing your life with another. Roses in your spread symbolize an eternal love, and that has the potential to stand the test of time. It may not be fast or especially passionate, but it is solid and supportive and affectionate and endearing. It's the kind of love that reinvents itself, like a rose turning into a dried flower and expressing its beauty in a completely new way. So if you are in a relationship and your partner is reliable and prefers to express themselves in practical ways rather than grand romantic gestures, that's, you know, take that as a good sign. They're more likely to fill your car with gas or take out the trash than to whisk you away to Paris, but you'll never have to question their loyalty. And if you're seeking love, this card reminds you to consider someone who may not be the most attractive or interesting, but will be a soft place for you to land and rest your head through the good times and the bad. So, I mean, and you can have both. You can have handsome and person who is also there for you in good times and bad and loyal to you. But I feel like definitely this represents someone good for you coming through. If your reading is about someone outside of a romantic relationship, then this is confirmation that their devotion to you, or a sign that they're okay and you don't have to worry about them, and they will find the help and support that they need. And the same can be said if you are experiencing difficult times as well. Help is on the way. Could be a supportive friend, a mentor, or a family member. And so it's interesting. I feel like you're also connected to pile number 2, because I felt this sort of helping energy there. There's a supportive energy. So that's a good thing. So that's your basic current energy. And now I'd like to look at the Imbolc Seasons of the Witch Oracle to see what the Imbolc energy was. We had that on February 2nd was Imbolc, and that nice festival. And so there's some lingering winter energies, and a lot of people will probably be getting snow and storms again before spring actually comes. But let's see what we learned, or what we need to leave behind from Imbolc. I'll be laugh very hard if that same card comes out. So this card, by the way, the incense card, this lady, came out both pile 1 and 2. So alright, so let's see. What do we need to leave behind in Imbolc, or this month? Ooh, amethyst. All right, that'll be it. So that's the thing. Like, there's still amethyst. It's interesting. You know, have you noticed that when it comes to birthstones, like when jewelers advertise birthstones or whatever, they usually associate a birthstone, or they used to, I don't know if they've changed, but anyway, they used to associate a birthstone with a month. So for me, my birthday is in November, and citron or topaz was the month for November. And I was like, again, disappointed. I have a monster scorpion as my sign, and I have a brown stone for my. It's like, why can't I have a pretty ruby stone, and why can't I be like a princess, like a Virgo? But no, it just had to be that way. That's okay. I've embraced it now, and I love citron. Actually, it's a really great stone. But let's say for February, I feel like February is the amethyst all month long, whether you are Aquarius or Pisces. And go where your spirit dwells, where your sight is clear and your breath is liberated. So there's some things that, it's like, to me, the message is, don't linger where there is no breath, where there's stagnation. Go where there's breath, where there's movement, where there's flow. If you follow the Aquarian energy, it's interesting that Aquarius is the water bearer, but Aquarius is an air sign. And so the flow of Aquarius air. But the water of Pisces is the flow of water. And I feel like that is happening most of this month, this flowing energy. And the amethyst represents your intuition, your spiritual connection, and stress relief. So avoid the things that cause you stress. Go where the things are stress-less. You may be experiencing very emotional or stressful times at this time. Maybe the beginning of this month was stressful for you. So maybe even a situation has gotten out of hand and you aren't sure how you're going to resolve the matter. The amethyst is considered to be both a stone of spiritual connection and helpful in seeking sobriety, which suggests the answer to your question is likely a balance between spiritual and practical means. I'll get some. There. And taking time to clear your mind in a meditative practice could help in seeking a solution to your problems, or it could provide inspiration for your next steps. It's still up to you to put guidance you have received into practice, though. It's not just about laying back. It's like you have to actually do things. So connect with the cosmic intelligence and trust that your intuition is correct and will guide you to the right outcome. This encourages you to find productive ways to manage stress and warns of the destructive habit of playing the victim. So leave that behind. Like, leave the whole phrase of this, that universe is doing something to you. Think of it more as doing it for you. This is for your benefit and a learning experiencing and a leveling up of your vibrations and a growth experience, and it may be uncomfortable, but it's for you, for your good, for your ultimate good, even if it doesn't feel good. And you learning from every experience. So if you're going through something and sometimes certain things repeat themselves, and if they repeat themselves enough, then it's sort of a sign that maybe you haven't integrated a lesson yet. So think about what you haven't integrated and try to integrate it. Try to think, what do I need to do different? What do I have? I keep responding the same way. Maybe if I respond a little bit differently, I'll get better outcomes. So that could be what you're leaving behind is a victim energy, and what you're moving to is this go, fighter, warrior, passionate, but also you don't have to be like on a horse with a sword. You can be, like, you can be the warrior that writes letters, or the warrior that does great artwork and puts it out there. It doesn't have to be an aggressive energy. It can be just a very strong, passionate energy. And passion doesn't have to be ultra active either. It can be within meditation, like just really taking action towards bettering your life through meditation, through other spiritual practices, seeking these things instead of just waiting for things to come to you. Seek them out, seek things out. So it's also encouraging you to find productive ways to manage your stress. Yeah. And don't feel like your temptations have the best of you. You have the best of your temptations. You can find better habits, or you can resist if you want to. You don't have to succumb or give in to things, because you're way stronger than you realize you are. You know what to do even if you don't want to do it. All right, so that is kind of like the past energy. I'm kind of feeling like these are things that maybe lessons that you have learned. Just be aware that if you haven't learned them, they could repeat. So that's a lot of times when these kind of past messages come up for a reason. So, to let you know, hey, it's important to integrate this. Don't forget to integrate this. Okay. So now we're going to look into the future, like into March and April, with the Seasons of the Witch Ostara Oracle, which I just recently reviewed. It's got this really beautiful rainbow edging. Try to get anyway. You'll see. If you watch last night's live, then you can see how pretty. Well, the sun came out. The sun is like ebbing and flowing, just like these readings. Maybe that's why I'm so silly. All right, so let's see what your future message is. This could be your future self, spirit, showing you the way, giving you some hope to. Also letting you know, if you do integrate some of these things, these lessons, then your future will look brighter. Ooh, oh, nice. I was hoping to get this one, Moon Milk, because I was sipping on my coffee this morning, and I have one sip left. All right, and you also have a spring hike, so consider that. But I'm going to just go with one. That's why I liked it, because it's number 24, which is my number. There's nothing like the medicine that comes from the ritual of yourself. And the key words are relaxation, peacefulness, grounding rituals, and stress relief. Again, with the stress relief. So, I guess the stress relief is something that you have to keep doing, because maybe you had some stress and you couldn't quite figure out how to relieve that, but maybe you found the tools, and now in the future you're using those tools that you discovered. So that's good. Good on you. You found out what you need to do for stress relief. I like that. And also you carry your amethysts with you. So the moon milks are warm and soothing. I'll take a look at her some more. Keep looking at her. She's so cute. And like, where are they? Like, that's her window. I just got a painting. So the moon milk are warm, soothing, grounding, and nutrition. And they're a nutritive, rich drink, often used in a way to unwind at the end of the day. They are traditionally plant-based and can be customized with various herbs and spices to promote sleep, better digestion, increased immunity, and stress relief. They're also generally for good welfare and very comforting. And having a daily moon milk ritual or grounding ritual of any kind will give you something to rely on, especially during times when it feels as though many things are beyond your control. And these moments you can manage by deliberately creating any type of mood or environment that supports your holistic well-being. You are being guided to prioritize more moments of traditional self-care. Things such as sleep, eating foods that are rich in vitamins and minerals, meditation, drinking more water, and gentle but restorative movements are all supported with this card. So this is your invitation to turn your focus on yourself and listen to your body and its current needs. And also think of, establish this practice of your bliss and peace of mind. And take a mental health day, to recharge yourself. There's no in other words, there's no right or wrong, and taking days off, it shouldn't be a stigma associated with having to take time for yourself, having to have just a mental health day. We take days off for illnesses, but we also sometimes we just need to readjust our mental state as well. I think I had to do that a lot that last year of being a school bus driver. But and then finally I had to stop doing it in order to help my mental health. But you do what's right for you, assess it. Because that's very important, for your longevity, for your strength, for your stamina, is to make sure you're feeling good and you're in the right place. All right, well, February being the love month, we're going to go into a love reading now too. I just realized this, this could be a person that helps mental health too. And it could be a romantic partner who's really good at it, really watchful of you and you're watchful of them. Y'all are really, really helping each other with that. I like that. That neither one of you will let that aspect of your connection slide either, or that aspect of yourself. I can see this person also being the kind of person that fixes you your milk, your moon milk. All right, let's see what the romance angels, what's up with your love life in February. Ooh, heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. That's good. Sounds like good communication. Ooh, a reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning into your life. Now we had I feel like we had reconciliation in a different pile, or maybe it was the romantic fairy was rekindled that came out. That could be it. But anyway, reconciliation. So it could be someone from your past is returning into your life, or somebody from your a past life. But there's also the past life one that you have known each other before. So it could be, that you are rekindling something with someone. Let's see if the rekindle card comes out. This is the romance angels, and this is the romantic fairy, which is my version. All right, you got a healing connection. Your romance will transform your life. And a love language, acts of service. Very nice. So whoever this is, I think it's a good person. And like I was saying in the other pile, just because the card that says somebody from your past is coming in. Doesn't mean you have to accept somebody if they weren't right for you, if it was toxic, if it was an unhappy situation. That's not what this is saying at all. You both have choices here, of course, and you can decide whether you're going to reconcile or not. This could also be closure, if you need to close a connection that wasn't right. And sometimes people come back just so you can close a chapter, or you can definitively say, no, I'm sorry, you're not the one. But also it could be a really beautiful person that the timing was off, or they had, you had things to do, take care of people in your life, work got in the way, whatever it was. And this could be a reconciliation. And also, I feel like you'll feel better about it because they're going to show you. It's not just going to be words. They're going to take action to show you that they care, or that it's different now. Whatever was causing causing you guys not to be together, or causing a certain situation, they've gotten over it, or it's past. They're able to now show you or demonstrate love better than before. Okay, so let's see who this could be. Like with the Oracle of the Roses, we have archetypes, so maybe we can kind of figure out who it is, and also more about the situation and more about your month in general. Well, it'll talk a lot about career and health as well. Let's see who you get. A beautiful, sumptuous red deck. I love this so much. So pretty. Ooh, you got the Jester and the Giver. You know what? That could be like you two as a couple. You may be the giver and he may be the jester, the person that like tries to cheer you up and make you laugh, maybe. I'm going to just take the jester since that's the one on top. And the sign for jester is Gemini, of course. So the meaning here is happiness, playfulness, spontaneity, fun, and enthusiasm. So love life looks like a really good place. I just feel like a super supportive person, there for you in the times where you're not feeling good, and also there to have fun with you in those times where you're like up for fun as well. So this is saying try lightening up your approach while maintaining enthusiasm for the situation you're currently in. Or if this is not possible, tread more gently with kindness as your guide. And don't take the actions of others too seriously, as behaviors and what is happening in the immediate moment are transient and not true of the whole outlook. The jester lives in the moment and is entertaining, enthusiastic, and usually kind-hearted. And they use humor as a means to convey their feelings and communicate, while also appearing to be young at heart. It's definitely a strong young at heart energy here. All right, very good. And you can, like all of that applies to work situations too. Like, the stress management doesn't have to just be like staying home when you're not feeling well mentally. It could be like going to see a funny movie, or, I feel like laughter in your life. Laughter is the best medicine. I think that's very important in your life, is laughter. So let's see what the tarot has to say. This tarot has a funny way of shuffling. Okay, I'm gonna do my fun way that I shuffle this deck, because it's kind of like clumsy. It's clumsy. I'll just do a little of this. And I'm just going to pick 3 cards. Yes. you have the Five of Swords. Ooh, and the Wheel of Fate. And, well, nice, the Seven of Coins. So this is a good sign to me. I feel like, you know, I don't like to cover up faces, okay? I feel that this energy might be moving out. This kind of, it's when you're in those low moments, you know, where those people make it worse for you. When you're already feeling bad, and then they just kind of like rub salt in the wound. And this is kind of like a warning to stay away from those people if you can, like those types. And I feel like this person that's coming through this month, whether it's a new person, a returning person of somebody that you already knew, or leveling up in your relationship, or whatever the case may be, there's like a whole new leaf. Like they're going to, okay, I feel like for a majority of you, you've been through this experience where people were just made the love connection worse by treating you harshly when you were already down. Like if you're having a bad day and then they just didn't say anything to pick you up or say anything nice, or they just made it worse by criticizing you, or like not even being like helpful or friendly during the day, or whatever, you know, like just made it worse, or, you know, made it worse by calling you names, you know. So I feel like this person that's coming through is like the opposite of that. Like you've had that experience and now you're with somebody who is completely opposite. And it may be somebody that's not, it's not like somebody that may just show up in February. This could be somebody you already know, that maybe they're just coming through February a little bit harder, or you're seeing the difference and are so grateful for the difference. Also, for very few of us, I think you could be with a person that used to act like that, but now has changed a new leaf and is acting more kind and loving and sincere and compassionate and there for you, and showing you, you know, a different side of them that they showed you. So that's possible too. So whether you're with this person or not, they're showing you possibly a new side of themselves. And maybe, like, we always wish for this, like when a person from the past comes back into our lives, we often hope that they're different. Sometimes we want them to be the same person, but a lot of times we want them to be better different, you know, not worse different. So I think this person could be better different. They may have learned some kind of lesson, or found themselves, you know, in a deeper sense, more self-aware, and you'll see it through their actions, right? So that's all you got to do. There's really nothing much you have to do. It's just watch their actions, and if their actions match their words, and yeah, if their actions match their words, then they might be the one, you know, they might be the one that you can spend some time with. But it started off with this roses, with this compassionate energy, this friend who's there for you. And it might be just a mentor. It could be a platonic relationship, you know, and maybe that's all you need right now. But it could also be a real love situation. The Wheel of Fate is so interesting, though. It's like whatever you put out there, you may get in return. It's very karma energy. This could represent a karmic that you're letting go of. But it could also represent your karmic reward that's coming through. And it's basically good luck coming through for you. And it's like round and round, where it goes, nobody knows. Like where it stops, nobody knows, you know, like as above, so below. And it can be good, and sometimes it can be not so good. But in general, when the Wheel of Fortune comes out, I always see good luck. I always see good luck. Because that's the prominent energy of the Wheel of Fortune, is a good energy, positive energy. especially since you have the 7 of coins. That's growth, like I was just saying. If this person has had some growth or change, become a better person, and then maybe you can give them a chance. Maybe they deserve a second chance. Maybe you're having some growth, and maybe has nothing to do with your love life. Maybe the 7 of coins just represents good money for you. You're mastering your daily grind. You have the freedom to step back and plan where to invest, your resources. And it's look at the big picture and spend time working on your resources and being responsible. It's the places where you're growing. So I think that you may have a little moment where you stop in and you're checking out how things look, in your bank account and everything, or not just your bank account, just your career, the things that you're doing, your work, your creativity, whatever it may be, and just to have a look at it and take. It's kind of like taking stock or taking inventory, deciding, like, do I like how everything's looking? And but generally speaking, that is really, it's good money. So I feel like a good money flow here. And another thing that I noticed is the greens that are popping out. We have green, 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 and the green of the leaves really, really strong and popping. I love the Jester energy because I feel in a kind of an intensity here, like a serious person, like a Virgo type of person here, like a hard worker and focused, but they need like somebody to goof off and clown around with sometimes. So I do feel like a sweet, loving, supportive person who gets you in your mental situation, because they have one too, who's also funny and knows how to lighten the mood, and you lighten the mood with them. I feel like that's the kind of relationship you have, and this is a thing of the past. This energy of not giving you, not treating you nicely when you deserve to be treated nicely all the time. All right, so let's get some charms. Oh, I gave you so many charms. Okay, so we got a lot of love here, a whole lot of love. Let's look at all your words. We have freedom. Again with the freedom. True freedom. You're going to reach true freedom. Truly. Truly. Lost or loud, which one would be better? You were once lost, and now you're found. But all is not lost. All is not lost. You're going to reach this true freedom. And freedom doesn't mean separation or lack of connection. It actually means the best kind of connection that is very loving, but also is very freeing, where you feel like you can be yourself. You don't feel stressed or tense or having to prove yourself or having to change anything about yourself. You could just be you. And it feels so good. And we've got autism awareness here. And you're also fitting together perfectly like a perfect puzzle. We have Lieutenant Destin Mateus, who is quite a catch. He's a very brave person and very dependable and loyal. It feels like a earth sign, like somebody you can count on. We got the mermaid again. So the mermaid is in all 3 piles. This definitely represents the feminine doing her thing, like being so pure and good about herself, leveling up, beautifying, being a good communicator, all of these things. And Mary Joy again, whatever pile you pick, you're in all 3 piles. And then we have the airplane, so it could be some travel coming through. And we have faith. We have the fairies talking to you in your dreams. We have intelligent Gemini again. So Gemini came out twice. We have a top hat, so this could be somebody from a past life. So it doesn't have to be this life that you're reconciling with. That's another option, just saying. It doesn't have, if there's nobody in this life that you would ever want to have a relationship with again, that's good, because it doesn't have to be that way. This could be a soulmate from a past life. And you have Pisces, which is intuitive. This month is a very Piscean month. Lots of planets in Pisces. Is very dreamy, very flowy. The best thing to do this month is just keep going with the flow. You have the little snowman. What's his name? Olaf. Olaf represents that things are temporary. And just like pain is temporary too, this too shall pass. So are sweet moments. So really savor the sweet moments. Like a beautiful sunset with the person you love, holding hands, watching it go down, and just giving your, hugging really tightly to your person, just like taking a mental picture to remember it forever, because it's a beautiful moment and you'll have it forever. And then you have the cello, which to me represents a masculine voice, like the sound of somebody's voice is deep and soothing. So not only are they funny and they're there for you, your mental health and otherwise, but they also have a nice way of talking. It could be something that you listen to that helps your mental health as well, or any health, like anything. Like it could be some kind of voice person who, like a meditation, a guide, something like that. But it could also be a real person who just makes you feel so peaceful and calm because they have such a nice way about them. And then you have Namaste and Faith. Yeah, I'm feeling like, I'm feeling, even if you are, if you are like looking at videos of spirituality and things like that, your person could be also within the same, have the same interests, a lot of the same interests. And that's why it feels so much easier. Excuse me. I got choked up. That's funny. Because I was about to say Christ consciousness with Saint Anne here. And then we have kitties. Kitties are good for you too. Like petting a cat, that's very soothing. I think you need to this is kind of like doing more things to help you in that regard. And communication, intelligent communication can be such a relief. Like, how frustrating is it to talk to someone who doesn't get you, who doesn't have any, humor, who doesn't know what you're saying? It can be kind of frustrating, So this is definitely intelligent communication, talking to people who really know what you're talking about. And also seeking intelligent, communicators out there. You have the key to just about everything. And this kind of this gives me two different vibes. One is like that you're just super rich and you have a key to your car, a key to your house, a key to anything. But also gives me like you're like a jailer. Like you could be somebody that can lock people up or open people's doors, or you're like a sanitation worker, like a maintenance man. You have a key to every door. That's kind of powerful to be able to have a key to every door. So, but keys are important because they're about solutions and opening things up. And then you have the monkey. Oh, I'm zodiac sign year of the monkey. So if you're year of the monkey, hey, twin. And then we have the Sydney Opera House. So there could be maybe a little bit of shows going on this month for you. I'm actually going to see this weekend with my daughter Mean Girls for her birthday. So that's going to be fun. And oh my gosh, I would really like to see Star Wars, the symphony play Empire Strikes Back. That would be nice. That's coming up. But I'm not sure if I'll get a chance, but I would love to if I could. Anyway, and then we have Big Bend, which, this is definitely reminds me of my dream that I had, that it was just very magical, and it's about divine timing and kind of like your dreams coming true and flying past the Big Bend and going ascension and going up and up and up. And it can also it also kind of makes me think of Peter Pan, because it's all, oftentimes they're in and the Dalmatians, those movies that are in England. But we also have Paris. So there's a chance maybe you could be taking a European vacation sometime. I don't know about this month, but maybe you just never know. Or you could be dreaming about it or planning it or virtually looking into it, or at amusement park that has Paris land and London land or something like that, something like that. Or it doesn't really matter. It could just generally mean travel in general. And also Paris has like a clock and timing. So there is kind of a divine timing here. This one is pretty though. It's very kind of romantic. Divine timing in your romance. All right. Oh, that was a big one. That's a lot of charms on that one. My throat is kind of getting a little sore here, you guys. This is weird. But anyway, I hope you guys like that. And if you like it, give it a thumbs up. Feel free to comment. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe. I would really love if you subscribe. But if you watch this a lot and you just haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And check your subscription. What if you thought you were subscribed, but you somehow got knocked off and you still see my videos, but somehow it's not checked to the subscription. So go check that if you don't mind. And hit the bell for notifications as well. And thank you those of you who return. And thank you also so much for my members. I'm going to shout out my members. Like, see where my member list is. I can't find it. So anyway, well, thank you all so much. I appreciate your support. And there's lots of ways to support the channel. Check out my beautiful cards that I made on makeplayingcards.com, and check out all my different playlists and ways to find me on Patreon too, to see what my upcoming art adventures are as well over there. And there's little things you can punch down here, like little hearts and things like that. So I appreciate all your support and your help. And come see me lives on Tuesday and Friday nights most weeks. This week and last week were a little bit different because I had Tuesday events for some reason. But I should be back on schedule soon. So until next we meet, faith, trust, and pixie dust.